Hey there. Today, we're going to get a little curious about something we all do, probably without even thinking about it, and that's uploading a file.
You know this screen. I mean, we've all seen it, right? That little choose file button. It's how you turn in a paper for class, or change your profile picture, or send a document to your boss. It's just a simple, quiet, everyday thing.
There's that tiny pause where your file just kind of disappears into the internet. Well, it's not magic, not at all. It's actually a really elegant, carefully planned journey. So let's pull back the curtain and see exactly what that journey looks like.
Okay, so to get this, we first need to understand the two main players in this whole exchange. You got your computer, and then you have the website's computer. So on one side, there's what we call the client. That's your laptop, your phone, whatever device you're on right now. It's where your original file is saved. And on the other side, you've got the server. Just picture a really powerful computer that's on 24/7, and its whole job is to run the website. When you upload a file, you're not actually sending your original, you're just sending a copy of it from your client over to that server. So how does the file even get packed up and ready for this trip? Well, it all starts right on the web page itself, with a little piece of code we call an HTML form. Now, I know this might look a little intense, like a bunch of techie jargon, but really, this is just the blueprint, the instructions for building that upload button you click. Think of it as the architectural plan for our file's departure gate. This form basically prepares your file's travel documents. That first bit, input type equals file, that's what creates the actual choose file button. Then you've got method equals post, which is the instruction for how to send the data securely. But that last one, end type equals multipart/form data, that's the real hero here. It tells the browser to use a special kind of packaging, a special envelope just for files. Without it, the server would just get a mess of nonsense it couldn't understand, kind of like a letter that got put through a shredder before it was mailed.
So, you've picked your file, the travel documents are all in order, and you hit Submit. Right at that moment, your browser bundles up a copy of your file and gets it ready to go, out across the internet.
Okay, so the file has officially left your computer. But what does that trip across the internet actually look like? Well, it's not some kind of wild, chaotic data dump. The internet has established rules of the road, and a really important one is called the File Transfer Protocol, or FTP. You can think of it as a universal language that all computers agree to speak. It makes sure your file can move smoothly and reliably from your device to the server, no matter what kind of computer either one is. So, following these rules, your browser takes that specially packaged file and sends it off to a very specific address, the server's address, which was all laid out back in that original HTML form. All right, let's switch our point of view. Let's imagine we're the server now. Your file has traveled across the internet and it's just arrived. What happens next? The file doesn't just get thrown into the main system right away. For safety, the server puts it in a temporary holding area first. This is a super important security step. It's like a little quarantine zone where the server can inspect the file and make sure it's safe before moving it to a permanent home. So once it's in that temporary spot, a little program on the server, a script, kicks into gear. It has a very clear checklist. First, confirm the file is here. Second, check all its details to make sure everything looks right. And only then, once everything checks out, does it move the file to its final permanent location. So what kind of information is the server actually checking? Well, along with the file itself, the server gets a little bundle of data. Think of it like the file's passport. It has the file's original name, its type, like an image/JPEG or a docs, its size, its temporary location on the server, and even an error code, just in case something went wrong on the trip over. This passport is how the server knows exactly what it's just received. And this brings us to that satisfying final moment. After the server script has checked the file's passport and moved it somewhere safe, it usually sends a little message back to your browser. You might see the picture you just uploaded appear on the screen, or just a simple message like "File uploaded successfully." That's the server's way of telling you, got it, the journey is complete. So if we zoom all the way out, you can see that this entire process, from the moment you click to that final confirmation message, is a really fundamental piece of how the web works. At the end of the day, it really just boils down to this simple definition: moving a file from one place to another. But the invisible system that makes that simple act possible is just so elegant. So the next time you upload a file, maybe you'll think about this whole process. It's really just a silent, perfectly choreographed conversation between your computer and a server somewhere out there in the world. the conversation that makes so much of our digital life possible.
It's a small but kind of beautiful piece of the internet's design. And these little silent handshakes, happening millions of times every minute, are what weave our digital world together, allowing all of us to share and create and connect with each other.